This is Broadcast Obituaries, Gone Too Soon. We exhume a short-lived TV series, episode by episode, give it a proper eulogy, and answer the burning question, was it canceled too soon or not soon enough? Analysis, nostalgia, and our final verdict on TV's fallen heroes.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob.
And I'm Aaron, and welcome back to another Broadcast Obituary Season 2, Kindred the Embraced. Kindred. Yeah, today we're watching the finale, the final episode, which is our episode 7. Am I still getting it right? Oh man, yep. I'm so proud of myself. This is way better than
2 weeks in a row.
I know, it's great. Which was the final episode. We still do have an extra episode next week for the one that was released outside of the show, like just DVD only or something.
Yeah.
So it's episode 3, Night Stalker. So we'll talk about that one next time. But before we jump in, Rob, what's new? What do you got going on? You been to any good concerts lately? Wink, wink.
I have been hyping it up here on this show for the last, good while. But yeah, this past Friday, I went and saw the Gin Blossoms and Blues Traveler.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. I got to tell you, so Gin Blossoms opened the show up and they started with a hit, Follow You Down. Then they played a whole lot of non-hits for a while, and then they finished the set up with, another 4 or 5 big. They played all the big hits, so they played them all there at the end, basically. And it was great. Gin Blossoms is one of those bands. They were the band, honestly, of the two that I was looking forward to the most. Like, I've never seen either of these bands live. I've owned some Blues Traveler albums in the past, and I found them largely unlistenable. Like, I jammed with the hits.
Outside of the hits.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just like, I get kind of bored with it on CD. But so I was looking forward to Gin Blossoms. And really, when they perform live, they sound just like they do on the album. Like, it is the same thing, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. I really enjoyed it. I went out and bought this shirt at intermission time. It says
nice.
Gin Blossoms, and it has a rose compass on it there. And it says, "Not all who wander are lost." I'm just kidding. It does not say that. It says, "I've lost my mind," which is a line from Allison Road.
Yep.
It was a very nice show. I really enjoyed the Gin Blossoms. And at my age, it was nice because it was a similar age crowd, and we all stayed seated for most of the show.
Isn't that the best?
So refreshing.
Isn't that just the best?
So refreshing.
Yeah.
Blues Traveler came on, and they blew my mind. They came out of the gate with Runaround, which, like, first song, you hit your biggest hit right off the bat. Incredible.
Yeah. Get people pumped up.
Get us on our feet. We were on our feet for most of that.
Oh, you didn't sit for Blues
most of that set. Not for most of it, no. But they are such an amazing live band. You've seen them before, right? You know this. They are phenomenal.
Yeah, ages ago.
Okay.
High school.
Oh, seriously? I didn't realize that. I thought you and your wife saw them a few years ago. Okay.
No.
Okay. It was amazing. Mind-blowing. So good. I love, like, they're kind of a jam band. They're a blues band, a rock band, kind of a jam band where they will get up there and just play and go. And they covered The Devil Went Down to Georgia with John
cool.
Popper doing the harmonica instead of the fiddle in that song.
Oh, that's cool.
He was doing it all on harmonica. He'd harmonica it, and then he'd pull it down, and he'd sing the lines and go back to harmonica. It was so cool. They did, they're here in Indiana. They did a classic Indiana song, Tom Petty's Last Dance with Mary Jane.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Which is about a small town girl in Indiana, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So that was super cool. They hit their other hits, which frankly, they don't have a ton of hits. They did Hook. They did Carolina Blues. Those are a couple that I definitely knew. But they could have gotten up there and played not one song that I knew, and I would have loved it. It was phenomenal.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember much from the time that I saw them, back in ye olden days in the 1900s. But I remember I enjoyed them. I thought they were really cool.
Nice. Yeah, it was super cool. So did that last weekend. Very happy. It was very exciting, and haven't been to a concert in ages, so I was happy to get out and do that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. You're a little, like, you and your wife are a little wishy-washy on whether or not it was going to be any good, but it sounds like it really turned out to rock.
Yeah, I'll say she was not very excited about it. She listened to Blues Travelers, like, online, And she was like, I don't know if I can sit through this. We went with another couple. I think all of us in our group loved it. Like it was super cool. It was super cool.
That concert sounds really good. Yeah. I'll have to keep them on my radar and check them out. Either one of them when they come back. Because I don't think I've ever seen Gin Blossoms.
I had not
live. I don't think I've ever seen them. So
I am
really cool.
I really enjoy the retro nostalgia concerts at this point in my life.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
What so that's what I did. I went to a concert. What have you been up to?
I've been watching more from the Full Moon Cinematic Universe, the FMCU.
FMCU, gotta love it. Nice.
Yeah, and I have to retract my statement. I thought there were 3 movies in the Dollman franchise. There's only 2, and I was so disappointed that I had to end it with Dollman versus Demonic Toys. I was really hoping there was another standalone there. Yeah. But I did watch Bad Channels, which was one of the tie-ins. That was the little Ginger from Bad Channels. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up there. And I'll tell you else why I'm getting mixed up is you know what? Can we just maybe do a movie in a minute and then I can talk about Bad Channels? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, why don't you do that? But hey,
I
also watched a movie this week that I feel like I could do a movie in a minute for.
Okay.
Should we do a double header? Back to back? Yeah.
I'm down. Yeah.
Sweet.
And then people can vote on who did the better job. Don't do that. It'll hurt my feelings. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. I don't want to do that. Don't pit me against my friend, people.
Right. No, we're not. We both did the better job. That's right. That's how it works. Okay. Right. So let's do it. So you've given us the background. You retracted your statement, which is, all fine. Is there anything else like about the FMCU in general you want to tell us?
Not right now. Not right now. I can fill in some gaps later, but just let me know when you're ready, sir.
So you're doing Bad Channels?
Bad Channels.
It's called Bad Channels.
Yep.
All right. Movie
Bad
in a minute.
Channels.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
Bad Channels from 1992 was a Full Moon production set in the sci-fi comedy horror is how I'm going to frame it there. Story takes place in the town of Bahuta. Don't know what state it's in. That's what the town is. There's an old polka radio station. You could tune in on the AM band 666. And they find out that somehow their band is actually cleared to broadcast FM nationwide. So they're going to make this big switch over to rock and roll. As they're doing it, these aliens show up, and these aliens love rock and roll, and they show up to take over the radio station and start playing all their own music. The DJ gets stuck inside the station with them, and the aliens realize there's a lot of hot babes out there who like to rock out to music. So they start to capture them through the power of music. They shrink them and store them in small bottles. And by the end, they stop them, right?
Time.
The sheriff. Okay, see, I did pretty good on that one. Yeah. I feel pretty good.
Yeah, they stop them. I think that is a satisfactory ending. You don't have to tell us exactly how it ends. Right?
Yeah. The weird thing about the tie-in with this was that the nurse Ginger, who's in Dollman versus Demonic Toys, at the end of Bad Channels, she's Biggie sized again. She's returned to normal. But there's one woman who's not. She's just left behind in this jar, and nobody seems to care that she's there. Like, she's in this jar. Everybody leaves the radio station, and she's just like, help. Like, okay. So they just left her. But they retconned all that. Rather than using that actress and maybe something happened to her, she didn't want to do the movie, they brought the nurse back, and they just reshrunk her for Dollman versus Demonic Toys. So that was a little weird. Movie was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I stayed up late to watch it. It was worth it. So good.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah, check it out, people. Bad Channels.
It's your third entry in the FMCU, which I think we were looking at it. I think there's a few more movies in it now. There's a few more crossovers and tie-ins, and it's a little bit bigger of a universe, cinematic universe.
Yeah, Demonic Toys crosses over with Puppet Master at some point, which I've seen all the Puppet Master movies, so I'm excited to watch that one. I probably won't rewatch Puppet Master for any of this, but
we'll allow it.
Yeah, so that'll be my next stop.
Sweet.
I'll go the Demonic Toys route.
Okay.
So, yeah,
cool.
Pretty pumped.
Yeah. All right.
So there was Bad Channels. You want to jump into your movie?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you what it is first, or you just want to get it all?
I didn't want to spoil it. I mean, I know.
Okay.
All right. Leave it to you. What's your movie, Rob?
It's Darkman. Darkman.
It's a classic.
I had never seen this one. I really like Sam Raimi as a director. And I had never seen this movie. You know, it's funny. I saw The Quick and the Dead back in the 90s when it was pretty new, his Western. And I remember rolling
like
my eyes at it a lot. Like when I first saw it, I was like, this isn't that good. But I watched it years later and I was like, I still don't know if it's good.
Fantastic.
No, but I really like it. I really like it. Yeah. When I first saw it, I didn't pay attention to directors at all. I didn't know who directors were. It wasn't a factor for me. When I rewatched it, I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't know who it was. But I liked it so much more. And then probably years later, when I saw that Sam Raimi was the director of that one, I was like, well, that makes a whole lot of sense why turns out I actually enjoyed it. I really like his style, and that movie is full of his style. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. That's really cool. I'm excited. So Darkman.
Okay. Yep.
And let me get my timer going here.
Just as a warning, like I talk fast. That's the only way I can get
you're gonna have to fill a minute.
We're
just gonna I apologize in advance for the awkward silence if it gets quiet for 30 seconds because he blows through Darkman. So
there's plenty of content here to fill 60 seconds.
There should be. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Darkman is a 1990 superhero movie, kind of, directed by Sam Raimi. Has Peyton Westlake in it. He's a scientist played by Liam Neeson, and he's invented synthetic skin, but it only lasts for like 99 minutes, and then it just melts and falls apart. Some thugs and bad guys bust into his lab because they're looking for a document that his girlfriend, a lawyer played by Frances McDormand, she's got this paper. They blow up the building. People think that Peyton is dead. He's not. He ends up as a John Doe in a hospital, and the doctors, because he's got so much burns all over him, they sever his nerves so he has no feeling, and he also has enhanced strength and rage. Gets really mad. He breaks out of there, gets his equipment, sets up a secret lair, starts making skin masks of the bad guys so he can go into their operation and mess things up and get his revenge. He eventually makes a mask of his own face so he can go see his girlfriend again. But he tells her to keep going back to the hospital. He fights the bad guys. He murders them brutally sometimes, and there are some huge fights involving helicopters and a skyscraper worksite.
That's good.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes me honestly, you made me want to watch Darkman again. I might have to just watch it soon.
It was super fun.
It's a really good movie.
Fun. Yeah, and there's a really neat cameo by Bruce Campbell at the end. It was pretty cool. So I just like Bruce Campbell. I think he's a funny actor.
He's good. He is. Yeah.
He definitely lays on the cheese, and I love it.
That's what he's good at.
I love it. So he and Sam Raimi are kind of a perfect pair.
They are. Yeah. They're like the dynamic duo. So
man, they really are. So I love it. This was fantastic. I don't know that I'm going to watch Darkman 2 and 3. They're not Sam Raimi movies.
They're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you get bored, you just want to have something on in the background.
Sure.
Put them on.
Right. Last time we were talking about the superhero movies that we got in the 90s, and you mentioned this, Darkman. That was the type of thing that we had.
Yeah. So. Spawn. We didn't have these big ones like we had outside of Batman. You just had the little stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess Sam Raimi wanted to make The Shadow, which was like an old 1930s property.
Alec Baldwin, right?
Well,
ended up doing that.
That's what it ended up being. Yeah. This was before that was made. He wanted the rights and he wanted to make that movie, The Shadow. And he couldn't get them. They wouldn't let him. So this is what he turned to instead. He made his own character and made this story. So there's kind of some similarities. Like you can kind of see, a little bit of the vigilante, hero killer there in The Shadow and Peyton Westlake, Darkman.
Yeah. Man, a Sam Raimi, The Shadow movie would have been crazy good.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. So
yeah. Sadly, we do not.
Nope. We don't get to see it.
Well, hey. Movie in a minute, doubleheader. That was awesome.
I know, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm looking to see. We've got so much content for today. I'm trying to where do we go next? Let me introduce the episode, and then maybe you can take us back in time.
That sounds awesome.
Okay.
I surely can.
Yeah. So this is episode 8, Cabin in the Woods, which aired 7.
You got it. You got it right earlier.
I got it right before. I know. I wrote it down wrong here. I wrote it down as okay. Forgive me, listeners.
Copy paste.
Yep. So episode 7, Cabin in the Woods, aired Wednesday, May 8th, 1996. And the summary is, when 5 college friends arrive at a remote forest cabin for a little vacation. Is this the wrong? This is the wrong summary.
Wrong cabin.
No, that's
wrong
the
cabin.
movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me get this one right. Caitlin takes Julian to a cabin in the woods. It's probably still the same thing at this point.
It's got to be.
Yeah. There's zombies. Takes Julian to a cabin in the woods for some romance. but the Brujah clan attacks. Frank is warned not to investigate the vampires. In order to prevent a vampire civil war, Archon takes responsibility for a crime from his past. Yeah, that's the episode.
Sounds
but
good.
Before we jump in,
yeah,
what was going on May 8th, 1996?
Back in time. Back in time. Back in time.
I'm glad you asked, Aaron. We are going to look at a couple things here. We're going to talk about albums that were released. And there was not a lot of them. I mean, there were some albums. I have never heard of a lot of these. And I just want to kind of go through and throw some of these names out there. But these are like the types of albums that were coming out. But first, there are a couple that we know. New music comes out on Tuesdays. Sometimes other days. So on Monday, the 6th, there were 2 albums that came out. One of them was an album called Backstreet Boys by Backstreet Boys. Do you know, have you heard of this album?
I don't know who these are. I've never heard of them.
Okay. Yeah, it's a small group. The interesting thing was this album was actually only released in Europe. They started putting singles out worldwide. They did not catch on in 96 when this came out. And this album was not released in America until a full year later. Yeah. And then their second album came out roughly this time in 97. The next day in America, they re-released this album, Backstreet Boys, in America. So
I had no idea.
I know.
Do you think there was just too much competition from like New Kids on the Block, or is it just
they just didn't?
They just
catch
primed
on.
them for Europe?
People weren't ready for like those boy band.
I don't know. New Kids
boy band
was
kind of sound.
Huge in the early 90s.
Yeah, I feel like they've probably faded out a little. You know, their heyday was the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
By 96, I don't think they were still on the radar. I didn't look it up, so I don't know if they were still making albums, but I think they were. It was kind of a lull in between boy bands there.
Interesting.
And also, NKOTB, they were like the only one, I think. Maybe there were other boy bands like that, but I think they were really kind of one of the only ones. When Backstreet Boys came along, they kind of reignited it and it took off. So NKOTB were kind of
it's like the alpha.
I know, it's very confusing, but they were kind of the pioneers.
Yeah.
And then everyone else caught up here in the later 90s when they figured it out. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. So another album that came out on the 6th is an album called Electric Larryland. Do you know that album? It's by a group called the Butthole Surfers.
Okay, I know the group.
Okay.
I had no idea about the...
Yeah, that was the name of the album. You know, with the cartoon of the guy with the pencil getting shoved in his ear? You've seen that one? That's that album. Had the song Pepper.
Okay.
You know, I Don't Mind the Sun Sometimes. The images it brings. You know, that song.
Yeah.
That's pretty much their only hit that I know of.
I had no idea the name of the album. I never owned an album of theirs. I just listened to whatever was on the radio.
Yeah.
So
it's a play on an album by, I think, Jimi Hendrix, maybe. But it's called Electric Ladyland, something like that. So they made Electric Larryland. Yeah. You and I would know that band, at least, if you don't know the name of the album. So I mentioned that one. So let's get to May 7th. Tuesday, May 7th, the day before our episode came out. And a few of these groups I've heard of, and maybe a few songs in there. But this is literally the lineup that we had. So there was an album released by someone named Dr. Octagon. His album was called Dr. Octagonacologist.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
Maybe that's okay.
There was an album by Pantera. I've heard of Pantera. I'm not a fan, but personally, I've heard a few songs I like. But they had an album called The Great Southern Trendkill. I don't know if you know that or followed Pantera or anything.
No,
not so much.
I'm familiar with them, but they're not usually on my radar.
Nah, me either. Not to say that they're bad or anything. It's just not my style. Here's an album called Imperial Drag by the band Imperial Drag. Never heard? Nope.
Never heard of them.
Infotainment? ? By a band called Pitch Shifter. Nope. The band Guttermouth. Were you ever into punk in the 90s? Do you listen to any punk stuff?
No.
Okay. All right. I got into punk a little later in the 90s, early 2000s. I've heard of Guttermouth, but I couldn't tell you what they sang. They had an album here called Terry Yakimoto.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm really now just trying to picture you in your punk phase.
Oh, it was just the music. Like I didn't dress it or anything. I just liked punk. And a lot of it honestly was pop punk, like Green Day.
Okay, gotcha.
Blink.
Man, I was hoping for some was hoping for some great pictures,
like a
but
pink mohawk or something.
Yeah.
Leather and all the piercings. Yeah, I did not.
Yep.
Sorry. There's an album here called Now in a Minute by Donna Lewis. Does that sound familiar at all? She had one song on there, which I actually recognized this one when I saw it because I was just looking this up not too long ago. But she had a song called I Love You Always Forever.
Oh, yeah. I know the song.
Very popular song. I really like that song. Honestly, I Love You Always Forever, Near and Far, Close and Together, I think it goes.
Yep.
But really cool song.
Yep.
I mean, it's very nice. I like it a lot. The Tragically Hip. Did you ever listen to the Tragically Hip?
No.
Do you even know the name?
I don't. It doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, okay.
This is the weirdest back in time because I feel like you're just making stuff up.
Right? That's how it felt when I was looking this up. I was like, there's got to be something here I can talk about. I've heard the Tragically Hip. They were more popular, I think, in the early 90s. I don't really know their music. They had a album here called Trouble at the Hen House. All right. And I have one other album. Like, these are literally all the albums that came out this week. From major labels. There is one other one, and it is the Twister soundtrack. Twister.
The movie.
Yeah, was that Helen Hunt? Yeah. Was she in Twister?
Yeah.
We've talked about her a lot lately. With Trancers.
Trancers,
right? Yeah. So their soundtrack was out here. That's all I have for the music.
Yeah, I can't think of any of the big songs on the Twister soundtrack.
I had to look it up. Let me look real quick here.
Was it just it wasn't just an instrumental?
No,
right? Surely.
No. Van Halen, Humans Being. There's a Tori Amos song, Tallulah, Mark Knopfler, Darling Pretty, Lisa Loeb, How, not even Lisa Loeb's big song, but a different one. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Melancholy Mechanics. I know you love you some Red Hot Chili Peppers. Soul Asylum, Miss This. There was definitely some named bands on here, but like songs,
not their big hits.
Not the big hits. Goo Goo Dolls, Long Way Down was on here.
Wow, cool.
That's a song that I know.
Man, I might have to check out that soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some interesting things. Like if you're not looking for just like the big hits, like if you want some deeper cuts or some things that maybe weren't on their albums, it seems like a good way to find them.
That's pretty cool.
So that's what I have for music for Back in Time. Okay. Movie releases I looked at as well. Last week we already talked about the movies that came out before this episode, back from May 3rd, I think, Friday, May 3rd. So from the following weekend, there was only one movie of note. Like literally the others were all rinky-dink things because none of them wanted to go up against the big hitter, which was Twister. We already talked about it with the soundtrack. Twister came out. It was like a phenom when it came out. Like it was a major deal. We look back on it and you're like, really? I mean, that's not like people make movies, like actually they don't make movies like that anymore, except for the sequel, obviously, but they just don't make movies the same as they did in the 90s, the same types of movies.
And the disaster movies from the 90s were a different breed of disaster movie. I mean, they stand above and beyond any new disaster movies that have come out.
Yeah.
So
agreed. So Twister was fun. I really liked Twister. I don't know about you.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
I saw it a few times back when it was new. So, hey, that's the disappointing Back in Time that I have for today.
No,
so
it's cool.
Thanks for bearing with me.
We're remembering the forgotten albums. From May 7th,
totally
1996.
Never Known. The Never Known albums.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what we do here on Broadcast Obituaries. So
we got to have something to talk about.
That's right. That's funny. All right. You want to jump in? We're ready to go?
Let's go.
We had a good one. I think we had a good one today. I'm just putting my cards on the table. I thought it was kind of fun.
I agree.
We get to learn a little bit about Archon and Julian, which I thought was really cool. Frank makes his weird appearances he does in every episode. At this point, I don't know what he's even in the show for. No. So he pops up, but we're not going to spend a ton of time on it today, probably. Weird opening to the episode, though, because it's just Julian acting like a child who just needs to get out on vacation or something. I've been stuck in the city for 7 years, and it's like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like,
a spoiled child. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird.
His daddy tells him no, though.
Yeah, Archon's like, you can't do it. Yeah. Basically, he can't leave because Brujah and the other clans will sense that he's gone, and they'll immediately jump into a clan war and try to take over his role as a prince, which kills me. It's 2 days.
2 days.
He's only going to be gone for 2 days. Is it really that fragile? It was just seemed a little crazy to me.
I agree.
But yeah, but he's going on a trip with Caitlin.
Yep, he goes.
They're going to go to a cabin in the woods.
That's the name of the thing.
Yeah, it's amazing how they did that. They just tied it together.
Yeah,
it's so well done. But so she gets to drive his Mercedes, which I don't know what you thought about this scene. I know the scene was really weird. They have this conversation about, like Caitlin's not telling him where they're going, and Julian's being really cagey about his past, and Caitlin really wants to know more about his past. And Caitlin's like, "Oh, I'll protect you." That was the weirdest conversation in a car. And Julian even says, "Well, I know how you merge. I'm sure you could protect me." Which I was like, yeah, this is weird.
Is that what he said there? I could not understand.
When I checked it, because I was like, did he just, like, is that an insult or a compliment? I don't know. I think is what they were trying to build up was this idea that Julian's gone and away from the city without his bodyguards, without, his supportive clans and his, vampire friends and buddies. And I think that's really what it is. No phones. Can't just get on the cell phone. So I think that's really what they were trying to play up here. It just didn't come across that way with the dialogue they had in the car. Caitlin is taking him to his old family estate in California where they used to make wine and stuff. And
Manzanita Springs.
Yep. Once he realizes it, it gets real weird because he's like, oh, man, like I got to hide everything now. I can't talk about anything because I'm literally going to where I came from, like in the 1800s.
Yep.
So it's going to be really interesting.
Yep. They even drive past his grave.
Yeah, they do. They should,
and Archons.
Yep. Yeah, they make it a point to show those two specifically. It's pretty cool. So some stuff's happening. Like, this is gonna be a good one. You can tell they're setting it up. So they cut. I guess it's like a weird cut to an evening scene. Like the
back
cuts in a vampire soap opera are so weird. I just don't get it. Like the time of day doesn't mean anything.
Nope.
They're just like, I want this scene to be evening. Okay. Yep. And the very next scene, daytime. Got it.
But it's the same day as the previous one.
Maybe. Could be a week later. I don't know. But you can't ever tell. But there's a dude in a suit who gets grabbed by a dude that's been burnt in a trench coat. And then this other guy that shows up. And you're just like, what is even happening? What's going on here? We don't even learn suit guy's name yet. Like, they just start having...
It's Cameron.
I think...
They're like, hey, Cameron's back.
I think he said the Brujah prince is back.
The big city Brujah.
Yeah, and he says, well, I'm not the prince yet. Okay, I didn't catch it. You might be right. I didn't catch it. But basically, these are Brujahs, and the guy in the suit is, spoiler, the new Primogen. We were so wrong. We wanted it to be Sasha.
I don't know that he is yet the Primogen. I think he still has to go make that happen. But we don't see it.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going to be the Primogen. And I still, if the show had continued, I still think we would end up with Sasha.
I do too.
As the Primogen.
Yeah.
She's too new at this point.
Yeah. But I know there's just a lot of conspiracy. Yeah.
I was going to say Cameron, the guy playing Cameron is actually Titus Welliver. People would probably know him as the lead role in Bosch, the show on Amazon. No?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's in a lot of stuff. He was on Deadwood. He was in Lost.
Yeah. I recognized his name in the credits, but I wasn't familiar with what he's done. And I've seen some of those. Okay. I've seen Lost. I've seen Deadwood. So I just didn't recognize him. So
that's him.
Yeah.
It's good to see him. I think if the show had gone on, he would have stayed on as a guest role for at least a couple episodes.
Yeah. I feel like they really were setting him up in this episode to be around for a while. Like he was getting a lot of screen time and plugging in with every clan. Like he was going to be there for a little bit. So, but out in the woods in the dark, it's basically a conspiracy. They're wondering if Cameron's killed Julian yet, and he hasn't. And they talk about killing Archon. So there's some history here, and basically they leave with Cameron saying, "I'm going to go back to the city. I'm going to take care of Archon, and you guys can take care of Julian because he's here. He's here right now." And they get
could be here now.
Whoa, yeah. So you kind of know where that's going. They're looking to take down the Ventru clan. You get a fun scene at the cabin. This is more just, I see the eyebrows. It's a sexy scene.
Yeah.
It was.
Time. Yep.
Yeah.
You could tell because of the clothes they're wearing, which are their suits.
They're always wearing suits.
They're always wearing suits. They love full double-breasted suits.
Yeah. It's amazing to me because they never change for vacations or trips. Like,
Nothing.
We're good.
Never.
I'm just going to wear the same gray suit. And it's a black suit. We're just going to go.
All the time.
Yeah. But they got a roaring fire going. They're sitting close. And Caitlin is talking about how she got recommended the wine from the local people, which I don't know why it seemed weird. I've never told my wife that, this is recommended by the local people, but in absence of context, I guess it works.
Yeah.
But she's really pushing to learn something about him. She's like, oh, you got to tell me something I don't know. Surprise me, something I don't know. And he just won't do it. And he's like, how do I get out of this? And I'm going to start making out with you.
Yep.
And he just puts on the moves because he's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then, of course, by the end of it, I mean, they're getting hot and heavy. There's a peeping Tom at the window.
Right. Every time Julian gets hot and heavy with anybody, there is a vampire peeping Tom
watching
every time. Yeah, literally.
Except for the one time that we both thought there would be in the last episode. Yes. We thought Lily was going to be there and she wasn't. They even pan out of the window in anticipation that
is
she wasn't there.
No. Yeah.
I feel like she was there. Maybe they just had a bad cut. You couldn't see her or something.
You're right. She was there. So this time it's the old one in the trench coat.
Yeah. I didn't even write his name down.
I don't even know his name.
I don't know if they said his name. Yeah. So
I just call him Creepy Brujah.
Yeah. Creepy Brujah. Yeah. Burned Brujah because he was scarred. It's kind of nice, like a little Darkman tie-in. What if he was Darkman as a vampire? That'd be cool. I'd watch that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd watch a Darkman vampire movie.
Me too.
Okay, so we cut back to San Fran, and Archon's holding a meeting, like a mini conclave. He's not the prince, but he's kind of just got people there. And it's the weirdest. Yeah, and it's the weirdest thing. Everybody's freaking out because Julian is gone. Like the Brujahs are getting in fights all over the city and everybody's going crazy. And even Archon like loses it a little bit in the scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is he really that important? Like the prince can't leave the city without just everything falling apart.
My favorite though is Deadsy.
Why did he go to Manzanita?
He went to Manzanita?
Mm-hmm. That's what I got from Caitlin's assistant.
Maybe I should go and be there if he needs me.
Why didn't he invite me?
Should I go?
He asked, should I go in case he needs me? Should I go in case he needs me?
Yeah.
I would have sat quietly in the back seat if he would have invited me.
Like nobody would have known. I would have been.
His reaction is hilarious. I never would have guessed at the beginning of the show that he would have provided me such laughs over the course of this show.
I know. He should have screamed again. We should have got another like. Yeah, it's funny to me too because he's the most sensitive vampire, like the most terrifying clan, the Nosferatu, and he is so sensitive and worried and concerned about Julian.
Yeah,
it's just
he's so emo. To me. So emo.
He is a little emo vampire. So,
not much really happens in that scene. They all just kind of bicker and fight.
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to talk about it because it's just funny to me that like he's not even gone a day.
Right.
A full day and things are already just falling apart. So so we cut back to Julian and Caitlin and Julian's worst fear.
Yeah.
Let's go take a walk in the old cemetery, she says.
The old cemetery.
The old cemetery.
He's like,
and I actually laughed here. I was like, oh, this is not going to be good for Julian. And he's trying to be so like nonchalant. He's like, yeah, I'll just make some stuff up. We can go. It's fine. Whatever you want to do, babe. Let's go.
Yep.
Been
around 100 years. I can fake this with the best of everyone.
Yeah. We get a weird little cut scene with Frank just raving about vampires, and Sonny's like, "You're crazy, bro." And then that's it. That scene's kind of over. So I'm not gonna go back to that one again.
Nope.
So then we cut back because vampire soap opera. It's all about 10-second scenes, and they're in the graveyard, and they're immediately at Julian's grave, and Julian's like, "Yeah, it's my great grandfather." Yeah. And he kind of steers it away, and you can tell Caitlin's kind of like, this is kind of weird. You like are really familiar with all these people. He talks about this gold digger that died when a 7-pound gold nugget fell on his head or something. I couldn't figure out what that was, but she's like, you talk like you know him. He's like, no, just remember the stories.
Yep. He really did. Like it sounded like it was like he knew the guy personally.
Yeah.
Not very good cover.
Yeah.
Then we get to the real reason that she dragged him all the way out here to Manzanita.
Yeah.
When they see the old Mission Winery.
Yeah.
She wants to check it out because, there was an unsolved crime here back in 1985, like 10 years prior.
1985. Yep. Yeah. And she does set up, she's doing all this based on the research she did when she wrote the original article about Julian. So she's following her reporter instincts. But the old winery burnt down, and I don't know. There were reports of gunfire, and they found bullet holes, and there was a fire. But when they got the fire put out, there was no bodies anywhere. Frank alludes to this in his scene. He's like, "Look at this! Eddie Fiore was everywhere, and there's gunshots and burns, but there's never any bodies around.
Yeah.
So
even blood, but no
even
bodies.
blood. Yep.
What I don't understand here, like she doesn't come right out and accuse him of being involved.
Isn't your family's winery on the other side of the valley?
This is why you brought me here. You thought I had something to do with what happened here.
Did you?
Why would you think that?
Does she think there's like some kind of wine war happening? And they were like wine rivals, so Julian decided to burn down the rivals and kill a bunch of people and hide their bodies?
The Great Wine Wars of 1985.
Right. Right. Why did she make that leap?
I don't know. I'm with you. It was really weird. I was like, wow, you got really accusatory really fast, you know? But Julian's not good at lying.
No,
so he doesn't
he's awful.
deny it. Yeah. He even like leads on that he was involved and tells her a little bit. And then she demands more. And he's like, I can't tell you anymore. I can't. I just can't do it.
We do see a couple cool flashbacks there of Julian as Archon's enforcer, like kicking in doors, got his gun up, his hair is styled differently. You know, it's not Prince. It's not a Prince haircut yet. It's an enforcer haircut.
Yeah, yeah. I thought those were cool flashbacks. I wish they would.
Oh yeah.
They used the one flashback like multiple times. I wish they would have done a little more so we could see him doing different stuff. But
right.
But yeah, at this point, Caitlin is not happy, and the good weekend is over, and she's like, "I'm just gonna go walk.
I'm gonna go for a walk."
Yeah.
It turns out it's such a long walk that it's pitch black night. The next time we cut to her, still out there walking.
I know. I was like, "What? How long was she out here, like walking?" I mean, it was mid-afternoon when they got up to go on their walk.
Yeah.
And now it's nighttime. Yeah, I had the same thought. I was like, "What?" But she's walking, and the two Brujahs show up.
Yeah, she hears wolves.
She hears wolves. Yeah.
Calling.
Yeah. And the two Brujahs show up.
Yep.
And they capture her, of course, and they want her to call out for Julian, and she like refuses. She's like, "I'm not going to do it."
Creepy Brujah, because I don't know his name. Like he holds her, he's got his arm around her neck. He holds a cigarette to her throat, and then he puts it away and gets out a knife. I was like, was that a bad edit there? Like, what's he going to do? Burn her?
Maybe he was confused. I don't know.
Maybe that's funny. He probably wasn't expecting it to go so smoothly. Like he was like, I thought I'd have to wrestle her more or something. I better get rid of that and get my knife out here. I'm holding the wrong thing to her throat. It was just goofy.
Yeah. It was a little weird. But
you're right though. She won't call for him, but she doesn't need to.
She won't. She doesn't, because Julian shows up in full wolf form.
Full wolf
comes galloping in. Do they gallop? Run?
No, definitely not gallop. I don't know what you call it though.
He comes charging in. He just looks like a blur.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we get a cool fight, way better than the fight versus Goth last episode. Better. I was like, where?
Definitely.
It's like where was this fight when we needed it? And he takes on these two vampires. And he almost gets stabbed, and he takes care of one, and then the other one ends up getting him.
He does get stabbed in the back.
He gets stabbed in the back. Yeah. But
then he takes care of that guy.
Yep. He gets rid of that guy. And then creepy vampire turns into a wolf and runs away.
Yeah.
And Julian, looking like he's on his deathbed, musters the strength to go after him. And he wolfs out and he goes after him. Yeah. And you can just hear dog fighting now in the woods. Yep. Yeah, it's all it sounds like. And Caitlin catches up, and the creepy Brujah is just gone, I guess. Like, we don't see his body, but she finds Julian, and he is like on his deathbed. She's freaking out.
Back in human/vampire form.
And he looks pretty beat up, and he's not doing too hot.
Right. His suit is still in pretty good shape, though. Why? It's weird to me that they fully transform back and forth while wearing all their clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also that it's a suit. It just cracks me up. It's hilarious.
Caitlin doesn't know what to do, and she clearly knows he's a vampire at this point. So, or something's up. She doesn't know.
She knows something.
She's like, something's like, you just turned into a wolf. That's not normal.
That's
at
not
all.
normal at all.
But she's not nearly as freaked out as I thought she would be discovering this. But he says, just take me back to the cabin. Hide me. He's like, just hide me there.
Yeah.
So we cut back to Frank. Cameron shows up, basically threatens him. He's like, I'm the new primogen of the Brujahs. I think you know what that means. And Frank's like, I don't know, I'm a little slow. Why don't you explain it to me? You know,
I was like, that's the most honest line of this show so far.
Same thing. Yep. Yeah. Basically, Cameron's telling him, like, you've been poking around into Eddie's past a lot. You need to stop. Julian's dead. They're assuming that Julian's dead. Julian's dead. You have no protection. I'll find you somewhere at your home on the streets. I'll get you.
It's crazy that he keeps making this assumption that Julian is dead just because a couple guys are going after him. It's wild.
Yeah, they're really confident in their plan.
Yeah.
So
it's funny when he's threatening him, he says, "Yeah, so you better watch yourself," something like that. Detective, and he picks up his nameplate and reads it, and he says, "Kohanek." And I was waiting for him to mispronounce it, be like Cohen, Detective Frank,
Detective Frank.
Cohen.
Get a better last name, loser.
Yeah, come on, what a dumb name, Frank. I thought that would have been hilarious, but he knew how to pronounce Kohanek. He must have seen it somewhere before in his couple hundred years of life.
Somewhere, I guess. Yeah. The other fun part here is Sonny shows up in the doorway and just crosses his arm and stares, and then Cameron and his thugs leave.
He gives him his best Backstreet Boys smolder.
He does. Gives him a little smolder. Yeah. And then Sonny just leaves.
He says, "Hey, Cameron, quit playing games with my heart."
Wait a minute. Did we watch the different episodes again? Because yours sounds way better. That would have been great.
I make things up sometimes to improve upon this. I get confused.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Frank's scenes are really, I don't think they're intended to be a little bit of comedic relief, but they really are. They're just kind of funny. Often. And I think it's because his character just doesn't seem to fit the show still. 7 episodes in, and it's still just really, I don't know, it's weird. It's just really weird. So, yeah. So then we cut back again, and Julian's in bed.
What the hell are you? Is anything of what you told me true? Is that really your great-grandfather in that grave?
There's no one in that grave. The Julian Luna should be there as me.
So the wolf's out of the bag at this point. Caitlin's learning everything.
He broke the masquerade.
He did.
He didn't just risk it. He completely broke the masquerade.
Yeah, for a human woman. Oh, man. Yeah. So we get a little bit of that conversation, and then we cut back to Archon.
Yeah.
And Archon's in pain. Like he's like doubled over. He's like, "Oh God, the chili was not good for my stomach." Oh no.
No.
Yeah. But he can tell Julian's dying, and
he says it feels like they're attacking me. 12 or 15 hours later, he can feel it.
Right. Yeah. It's just weird. And is it the same day or has it been 3 days? I can't tell. He's only supposed to be in the cabin for 2 days, but it feels like we've seen so many day-night cycles at this point that I'm like, you're like at least been there a week. But we learned that it was Archon who sent Julian to kill the Brujah at the winery, and it was, kind of part of personal vendetta, and that Julian doesn't know.
Right. Yeah. So, Julian thought that the vampires, the Brujah, were killing innocents, and he was out there on a justified killing. But basically, Archon just didn't like him some Brujahs.
Yeah, just didn't care for him.
Yep.
So we kind of learn where that's going, Archon's story.
Yep.
And then we cut back to Julian and Caitlin, and he tells Caitlin more that he was turned by Archon. That's Archon's his sire, which I'm glad they kind of finally spell it out. They you kind of assume it through the show so far, but you don't really know who Archon is.
Numerous times I've referenced Archon as Daddy Archon or something along those lines, and I was kind of joking. I didn't realize he literally was his sire, his vampire daddy.
Yeah, vampire daddy.
Big bad vampire daddy.
Julian ends up telling Caitlin that his last job that Archon sent him on was to go to the winery, and you kind of get some of that story. I think we get some more cutscenes here too of him being super BA. Like he pulls out a couple pistols and he's like, "I just kept killing and killing. They kept showing up, and I just kept killing."
Yeah.
So
until he couldn't anymore, and he's never killed again since then.
Yeah. And my notes got a little mixed up here because it was all the same story, but I think it was kind of flipping back and forth.
Cutting back and forth,
right, from different characters, but Archon's kind of telling the same story at the same time, and he is reiterating that he's like, he knew after that job that Julian was ready to be the prince. He's like, he didn't want to be a killer. He truly cares about all kindred, and he just wants peace, and he had nothing against the Brujah. So that's what it was, and we kind of get all that story out there. So like somewhere we're cutting back and forth, Julian, Archon, Julian, I don't know, but at some point we just get back to Caitlin, and creepy Brujah bust in and grabs Caitlin. He's like, I'm gonna die. I need her blood. I need her blood before I die. I'm not a mean person. I don't want to do this, but I don't want to die. But of course, Julian once again musters his strength on his
Amazing.
deathbed. And
right.
yeah, and I have to say, when on his deathbed is not like a figure of speech here. As he's talking to Caitlin, he is holding the blankets and shaking and breathing hit like he's going to die. Like you feel it, like he's done, you know, and he just can't make it. And this guy pops in and he's like, oh, one more time. And he climbs out of bed.
Once more under the breach.
Yep.
He goes.
And he goes for it. And he lets creepy Brujah have it.
Yeah.
And grabs a fire poker. He's getting ready to stake him. And then he stops. He just can't do it. It's okay. Because creepy Brujah just dies anyway.
Just dies.
So
just dies.
Just dies. Yeah, it's it. It's just like that one last encounter was too much. He's dead.
Yeah. Guess he was so close to death, but needing Caitlin's blood. Like he was literally seconds away.
Yeah. I just thought it was really convenient, kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But now guess who needs Caitlin's blood?
Creepy Brujah. Creepy Brujah.
Yeah. Julian. And
also Julian.
They spend way too much time with Caitlin trying to convince him, like, just do it, man. Just do it. And he's like, I can't do it. I won't do it.
Never forgive myself.
And he passes out. So Caitlin does the right thing. She slits her wrist.
Is slitting her wrist the actual right thing? Is there not another way they can get enough blood to feed someone? Do they have to slit their wrist? It seems like a quick way to kill yourself.
Well, I thought the same thing. I'm like, if you don't want to die, but you just want to help Julian, do you really have to cut into your main artery? Because that seems like a really bad idea.
Right. No.
But that's how they do it. It's how they do it in all vampire movies when I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's just how it happens. They go for it. So, but we see Julian kind of get some drops and he's kind of coming back and he grabs her wrist and you're like, okay, he's going to be
feed.
Good. Yeah. We get a weird scene with Cash and Sasha.
She's still in the show?
She is, yeah. In the scene, at least.
Okay.
So
forgot about her.
But yeah, they're talking about how crazy everything is. And once again, this is just another way to get Cameron to meet the gangrel Primogen. That's all they're doing here. So Cameron shows up with his Brujah buddies and, you know, Cash gets all up in their face, does a little vampire growl. Cameron threatens him, tells him to leave, tells Sasha to come on. That's all it is. Then we cut back to Julian. Julian's fine. I feel like I'm just doing a lot of cutting back and forth, but there's like little nuggets in almost all of these little scenes.
Yeah.
Caitlin's fine that he's a vampire. Like, she's not at all bothered by it. She's learned everything. She's even like, I accept you for who you are. Like, it's going to be great. It's going to be so good. And then we cut back. Cameron visits Lily this time and threatens her. We learned a little bit about Eddie. Like, Eddie thought if he was Prince, he would get you.
Yeah.
You know, and Lily's like, well, he was wrong. It didn't work out for him, did it? Because I cut his head off. So, but
he might have gotten ahead of himself. Sorry.
Nice. No, I love a dad joke. Oh man, that's the best. And this one's a little weird because he leaves some Brujah there with Lily at the Haven, and he tells him, don't make eye contact with her. Like, does the Torador clan have powers that
they might?
There must be something different about them, I guess.
Yeah.
So
hard to say.
Cut back to Julian and Caitlin in the cabin because it's all this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cabin in the woods.
Yep. And Julian's really distraught because, you know, Caitlin as a human can't know that they exist. The Kindred exist. So he tells her, I've got two options. This is the best part for me in this scene. I've got two options.
As long as you know what I am, there are only two ways this can end. You'll have to be embraced, or you'll have to die.
And then he remembers, wait a minute, there's a third option. I can just make you forget.
Yeah.
But he makes it such a big deal. I can embrace you or kill you.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he just Jedis her.
Yep.
Like, no big deal.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we cut and they're driving back. She kind of wakes up in the car. Nighttime again.
Yeah.
I don't know how many days we're in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're gone about 2 weeks.
It feels like it. Yeah. She doesn't remember anything. He just tells her, you got really, really sick, so I made you sleep it off. You got a bad fever, and here we are. So then the juicy stuff happens after this. This is where it gets good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cameron shows up to call out Archon. standing out in front of a fountain, real epic mobby style with a huge phosphorus shotgun, just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Archon hears him and he comes out, sneaks up behind him. I'm like, Archon's just going to kill this dude. It's going to be awesome. He's even got a gun, like a phosphorus assault rifle or something, I assume.
Yeah.
And he like waits forever and lets Cameron turn around. I'm like, just kill this guy already. Just shoot him.
Yeah.
And then Cameron's like, oh, there's somebody behind me. And he turns around and Archon's like, you know, I got to tell you the truth, bro. It wasn't Julian's fault. He didn't know what was going on. He throws his gun away. And
why did they even show him getting it out and
it would
taking
look
it
cool.
out there? You're right. It did.
It would look cool. So Archon throws the gun away.
Yeah.
Cameron takes him out.
Yeah.
Bam. And this all happens as soon as Julian's walking back into his mansion.
Yeah.
We see him pulling
Does
up the driveway.
Archon also live there?
I think everybody lives there. Lily lives there. Archon lives there. Cash moved in.
Cameron lives there.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Shack up.
I've been living here for the past 10 years, Julian. You don't remember me? We
Never
have
noticed
breakfast
me before?
together every third Friday.
Yeah. I'm in the basement underneath Deadsea's basement. Yeah, so, I mean, Cameron kills Archon. Julian finds his body in the fountain. It's a pretty good scene. It's pretty touching.
Yeah,
He's
sad.
in the fountain,
Right.
scooping up Archon's body.
Yeah.
Then they bury Archon in the rain. I'm assuming same day. I'm assuming it's like immediate.
Yeah.
They have his
Maybe.
funeral. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
Sonny's there. Sasha, Deadsy, Lily, Cash, and Frank creeping from behind a tree.
Yeah, he's pulling his
So-
creepy vampire move.
Yep. He's like, I saw this from Lily.
Perving from the out in the bushes, which means and he and Sonny make eye contact. Like he sees Sonny standing there at this vampire funeral and he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
They could just Jedi mind trick him again. It'll be fine.
Probably. But is there like a time frame on that? Like
I don't know.
Sonny make him-
I mean, Julian wiped Caitlyn's after, I don't know, a day or 2 weeks, but she forgot everything about the trip they were on.
It's true. It's true. Every last thing. Good point.
Yeah. So there's a funeral. It's pretty touching. It's pretty quick though. You don't hear anybody say anything. They just kind of show it and it moves on. It's a pretty cool scene though. We get a conclave at the end. Cameron's there at the conclave and they're all chatting and Julian walks in and sees him and he's like, I'm gonna murder you. I mean, he goes after him. I mean, he is not happy that he's here. He's like, why are you even here? And Deadsy's holding him back, and Julian's like, why are you stopping me? I want to murder this guy. And Deadsy's like, you got to listen to him, bro. Am I using bro too much? Probably.
No,
But
just
I feel like
perfect
that's how it
amount.
should be.
That is how it feels.
Yeah. So you got to listen to him. He knows some stuff. So Julian finds out what Archon did and decides that he's going to follow Kindred law. Cameron's murder of Archon was lawful and he can't do anything.
It was justified.
It was justified. Yeah.
You couldn't tell, but I was quoting Raylan Givens in the TV show Justified.
It was justified.
I still need to watch that.
You sure do.
Yeah. I've seen episodes here and there and I always love them. I just need to jump in and start watching it because every episode I've seen is really good.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Anyway, Justified killing.
Justified killing. And then Julian threatens Cameron within an inch of his life.
I lead by the law, Brujah. That's the only reason you live. Just remember, Kindred law is harsh. Step wrong even once, and you'll get the same justice you gave my Tsar.
But the interesting here is Cameron spends the whole episode posturing to be the new prince, introduces himself to all the clans as a new primogen of the Brujah, and immediately just backs down. He just falls in line with the laws of the Kindred.
I assume he would fulfill, like he'd be the next Eddie Fiore, to where every time we see him, he is conspiring against Julian to try to take his place. Right. I'm sure he's just using their laws and will work within the system until he can kill Julian and take his place.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's what I was thinking.
Or until Julian has to kill him and then promote Sasha.
Right.
To be the next primogen.
Probably another season or two away from that. We'd probably get a good chunk of story there, but we'll never know. We end with Julian in his study, sitting by a fire, and he hears Archon talking to him.
Yeah.
A little creepy. Even Julian seems a little surprised. He looks around like, what is going on? And Archon realizes, he's like, you look confused. As a spirit now, I'm always with you. Like we're blood, so I'm always here. So Archon is sure to tell him, like, you look confused. Let me tell you why I can still talk to you. So sure that wasn't at all for the TV watchers, and it was all for Julian's purpose.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And then Caitlin shows up, says she heard Julian say Archon, and she's like, "What is that?" You know, and Julian's like, "I don't know. It's probably from your nightmare."
She recognizes.
She recognizes it, right?
Yeah, that was
and
in
he's
my
like,
dream.
"I don't know."
She said, "You called him a sire. What does that mean?"
He's like, "I don't know. It was your dream," and he plays it off like, "I don't
Yeah.
know." But you can tell she's like just smart enough to not be fully Jedi'd. You can tell she's going to come around to it.
You can't do a Jedi mind trick on a strong-minded person. It only works on the weak.
That's right.
So she's partially mind tricked, but
do you think if
she remembers some stuff?
Yeah. Do you think if you Jedi mind trick somebody too many times, they just get dumber?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Man, I'd like to see the guys that they have to practice that on. Just sitting in the corner drilling because they just keep forgetting everything.
We wiped him back so far and so often.
Yeah, we ruined him. He's no good.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the end of this episode. I don't know. What did you think of this one? I know we went through it in a little more detail, but I thought there was a lot of good storytelling here.
I really liked it a lot, honestly. It had the parts, like, from that goth episode, the best parts that we liked were about the history and mythology of the vampires and whatnot. And this had some more of that. And I liked the whole backstory with the Brujah there in Manzanita. Although I will say I was kind of confused about how it all went down. The first time I watched the episode, I had to watch it a second time, and then I was able to kind of piece it together a little more clearly what was going on. Also, maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention the first time through.
Well, I'll tell you, I think the cuts and the edits in this episode were really bad.
They're brutal.
Yeah, because they're giving you little tidbits, but they're not setting it up. So you're just cut to somebody and they're talking about a thing. Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know who you are, what's going on.
Right.
And they just do that this whole episode. This one felt like really excessive on that. So you just have to piece it together as you go.
I agree. There were certain parts with the cuts, like where Julian is breaking the masquerade with Caitlin and Archon is telling Deadsy about that whole thing, where the cuts work nicely, where they're put together.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Yes. But then there are all the other cuts where they just make zero sense and they actually lose you a little bit. So, but overall, I really like this. I thought it was cool. I thought they were really exploring some new territory here. I actually thought for most of it, I didn't think they were going to wipe Caitlin's memory. I thought she might just get to know about him and be fine and be a new phase of their relationship. Then he wiped her mind. And I was like, oh man, back to square one. But I like what they opened up here. Like with Sonny and Frank, like I like how he opened that possibility up for new stories with them going forward. I mean, I honestly, I think Frank loves vampires anyway. He and Julian are like best friends. Frank wants to make out with Lily all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't see why Sonny just shouldn't be like, hey, I'm like them. I'm one of them too. In fact, Julian's my daddy. So we should be best friends too.
Yeah. He should just be embraced at this point. He's really into it.
Basically, he's so into it. He wants it.
Yeah. And the way he's into it, it's not even so much as a law enforcement anymore. He's just kind of obsessed with them at this point.
Agreed. Yeah. So anyway, I liked it. What do you think? How'd you like this one?
Overall, I liked the episode. The story was solid. The way it was told was a little rough. I should clarify that just because of all the weird back and forths.
It's a good way to put it.
I really liked it. I love the history that we get with Julian and Archon. Like that part was really cool because it lets you understand so much more about what we've seen in the past episodes. So too bad we don't get any more moving forward because our next episode is a earlier one that should have taken place. So this is it. I mean, technically this is the finale. This is where it ends.
It is.
And I know it wasn't meant to be the finale, but the way it ends with Caitlin makes for a really weird finale ending because it's very clear that they had another episode in mind.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, like with the whole Frank and Sonny drama now, suspense.
Oh, sure.
Like there's clearly a future to this show that they had in mind. And there were, like we said way back at the beginning, there were 2 other episodes that were written, just never produced. So they definitely had more intentions to go further. Yeah. We just don't get to know what it is.
Yeah. How many caskets you give this one?
Oh man. I gave my favorite episode 5. This is not my favorite. I would give it 3.5 caskets. I'll give it 3.5.
Yeah. I was gonna go like 3.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. It had some problems, but it was good. It
did. I mean, Yeah. To me, like, just all of the suits just kill me. Why are they wearing suits all the time?
It's what you do. It's what you do in the 90s in San Francisco as a vampire. You just...
Okay. As you said that, I was like, in the night, you were like, that's what you do in the 90s. And I was like, I lived through the 90s. I did not wear suits. And then you said, in San Francisco. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then you said, as a vampire. And I was like,
yes, there you go.
Maybe.
So
you're right. You got to be right. Yeah.
If you were a vampire in the 90s, yeah. Well, but she's associated with them. And she's a professional working woman.
She is. So she's wear doing a pantsuit all the time.
Yeah.
The same one all the time.
No wardrobe budget. You guys get one suit, keep it clean. We can't afford to have it cleaned. You got to get through the whole season with these. So
you're asking for a lot when you're telling a vampire that they can't get any blood on their suits.
Well, they don't ever eat humans. You never see them doing it unless they're forced to do it. It's like it's just weird. I don't know. Vampires in the show are just very odd.
And honestly, that was my first thought when he left on vacation for 2 full days. I was like, are we going to see him feed finally in this episode? Right. How is he going to get through 2 full days? Probably go out in the sunlight. That means he's going to have to have fed, which we saw them out in the sunlight before he needed to feed on her. So he must have been like super saturated. I don't know. He
must have just fed before they left. Maybe. But how long does it get you? Because even when they talk about it, he's like, we can be out in the sun for a little while if we feed right before.
Yeah.
But he's like going on full-on day walks through old graveyards and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think the reasoning is for the lighting purposes of filming. Like, they just need light, so they film in the daytime. But it really messes up the story.
Yeah, a lot of it just goes out of the window.
Yeah,
they should have just said it's a myth. Vampires can be out in the daytime. It's fine. It's just a myth.
They could make up their own rules. Easy.
Yeah.
Right.
So good episode. Yeah. It is our last. So our next episode, there is one more called Night Stalker that was supposed to come out, February 26th, 1996, was never aired.
Yeah, I don't know about that date. I don't know where TV Guide gets that date because this show didn't come out until May.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I see this date not just on TV Guide. I've seen it other places when I'm looking at it. So maybe it was the intended air date, and that's just what they have as records, right? That was when it's supposed to come out.
Could be.
But
never came out though.
No, and it feels like another Freak of the Week episode. Yes. So I'll read the description real quick. So while Julian's interest in Caitlin intensifies, a psychotic vampire leaves a grisly trail throughout the city. Deadsy unknowingly leads Frank and Julian to a vicious showdown with a newly embraced killer named Starkweather. Yeah. If the AI was around, I would say that they definitely used AI to create the name of the villain, Starkweather.
Starkweather.
Yeah. So we'll watch it. We'll come back. We'll talk about it, and then we'll give you all our thoughts on the entire series, or what we have, of the series.
Yep.
I did find some deleted scenes on YouTube from some episodes. I think somebody pulled them from the DVD set. So you might look at the DVD set and see if there's deleted scenes. But I saw some from Cabin in the Woods and something else. So maybe we could watch those and add to the commentary.
Interesting. Cool. Sounds like a plan. Hey, Cabin in the Woods. What'd you think of that movie? You've referenced it. You read the description earlier.
Oh man, I love that movie. It's really good. It's just silly. It's like spoilers if you haven't seen it. It's like From Dusk Till Dawn. You start with one story, and then all of a sudden it's sci-fi. You're just like, whoa, this is not just a horror movie now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my idea really of what this is just got flipped completely upside down.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So if you haven't seen Cabin in the Woods and you're into horror movies, check it out. It's worth it.
I'm not even into horror movies, and I love that movie.
Yeah,
like it really is top notch. Yep. That's one. It's kind of like Battlestar Galactica. Like I don't even want to talk about the ending, even though it's old. I don't want to ruin it for anybody because it's so good.
Yeah, that's
not even. I'm not going to say
like
the halfway through points. Like the halfway through point is when it gets good.
Yeah, there's some epic death scenes in that movie. Just stuff that is just amazingly cool and wild and gory all at the same time. So
true. And I wasn't really into it for those things. I was there for the story. Like I really was there for the story.
Yeah.
But those were pretty good too.
Yeah, some cool stuff. So
yeah, there sure were. All right. We got anything else? Are we wrapping this one up?
Man.
Okay.
I think we wrap it up. I think this is another good one. Another one in the bag.
Yeah, I think by the time we record our last episode next week, we need to determine what we're going to be doing for season 3. Like lock it down so we can announce it before we wrap the show. Yeah. Okay. So I think we've got an idea. Look at the list. But let's solidify and
we'll look at the list.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Did you like the short format of doing these shorter?
That's what I was just going to talk about too.
Okay.
You mentioned this last night when you started watching your episode, how crazy it is that we're almost done with the show already. Yeah. Like we have one more episode to go and we're done with season 2. Honestly, I loved the quick style of this. Yeah.
And I will say, I think Earth 2 probably bothered us because it was a little bit rinse and repeat.
Definitely.
You know, it's the same themes every episode. Yeah. And it was like, I can see why you're getting canceled because you're just, every episode, you're just doing the same things. Scouting.
Yeah.
Just all scouting.
You really were not big on the scouting.
It made no sense and they never got good at it. It really bothered me. Like, this is all you do every day. And you guys are still getting lost all the time.
Yeah. You should be pros at this by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I get it. So
I agree. Short format might be good. Yeah. And I know we've got some shows on our list that are longer seasons, but that I would love to get to. Yeah. So we'll just see. Maybe we'll do shorts, a few shorts in a row, and then we'll tackle a long one.
I would be on board for that. I'm glad we're here.
Yeah.
This is cool.
It's a good one. It's always fun. Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah. Tuning in to us again. Don't forget to get out on the socials, subscribe, check us out on YouTube. We did go to video format, so you get to stare at our ugly mugs as we go through this. Yeah. I'm working on a new setup, so you don't just see everything that's behind me in my house. So I'm going to try to get that arranged so I don't have the virtual backgrounds and disappearing parts to me anymore.
I had a lot of fun collecting some art and pictures. A lot of this was just, these are posters out of my personal collection. I went out and bought a few things that I could put up here too, but comic books and posters and all these things I really enjoyed collecting and figure out exactly what I could fit on this wall behind me so we can see it. I don't know if you can see this one right here.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. That's an autographed picture of Mitch Pileggi from the X-Files. He played Skinner, their boss, and I found that at Goodwill. So
is it actually autographed, or is it like a copy of an autograph? Can you tell?
I think it's actually autographed. Like it's blue ink on a black and white picture.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And and honestly, I think it's kind of funny just because he's kind of a minor character from the show. You're like, I got an autograph of someone from the X-Files. Oh, really? David Duchovny? Gillian Anderson? No, Mitch Pileggi.
Who?
Oh,
well, that's why the first time you put it up, you're like, hey, look at this one. I'm like, I don't know who that guy is. I didn't recognize him.
I just think it's kind of funny, but also it's the X-Files, which is a phenomenal show.
Yeah.
So
it's cool. You know what's really weird? I didn't piece it together until now, but I've been thinking about Escape from New York a lot. And I think it's because it's the one that I can see most clearly behind you.
Yeah.
And like that's
funny.
That's why I want to watch this so bad. I'm like, I've seen this movie a million times. Why do I want to watch it again? Like, why now all of a sudden?
You mean you haven't been thinking about Raiders of the Lost Ark? That was kind of hard to see.
It is. Your shoulder kind of covers it up when we're chatting.
That's a record.
I can see. Well, that's cool. All right.
Yeah. Call to the socials. We did that. So
yeah, I think check us out. Tell your friends. Tell your family.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody listening.
We enjoy the listeners. All right. Well, hey.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you listening. We've had a blast. We will talk to you again in a week. I have been one host, Rob.
And I'm the other host, Aaron. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.
I can hear a piano in the back.
Yeah, FYI. Apologies. My wife teaches music lessons out of the home. Not much I can do about it, but enjoy the lovely tones of whatever song that is that her student's practicing.
Honestly, it might make for a nice little background. Like you can't even tell what it is. It's just it's notes basically, and it's very quiet.
Yeah, we're recording out of the home. You're gonna hear cats meowing, pianos playing,
garbage trucks out the window.
Trucks out the window. Yeah, we cut out me yelling at the kids when they come in and bother me. It's fine. This was been a while ago. You know about this, but I went and saw the Y Store They played at the local pub here. They're a local Indiana college band. That was pretty
They
cool.
were
I think
huge in Indiana.
Oh yeah, and then in the '90s, they were everywhere. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I did not know them because I'm not from Indiana, as we point out. And they were like, I think they're relatively unknown outside of Indiana. Like,
oh, I believe it.
People do not know who they are. And but it was really cool to go see them at like a restaurant, like when they were performing during dinner.
We drove 10 minutes from my house and walked into the pub, and I was like, oh look, there they are. Can you hear my cat sneezing down there?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I was like, what are you doing? Sorry. So, this microphone's amazing.
Or your cat sneezes really loud.
Well, he walks, I mean, we can cut this out. He walks over to the side of me and sneezes all the time. I don't know. I don't know why.
He's allergic to you.
He maybe. I don't know. I wish he would leave me alone a little more.
Is it Bruce?
He is. Yeah. Yeah. He's a good boy. I like him.
So I like Bruce.
Yeah.